I saw the exact moment your eyes opened today. Before the sun even touched the crack in your window, or the first sound from the street broke the silence of your room, I was already there, observing the weight that seemed to tighten your chest as soon as the awareness of the new day awakened within you. You sighed, didn't you? A long sigh, laden with a silent question that echoed throughout my kingdom. Lord, how will I be prepared for what awaits me today? I know your body still feels the weariness of yesterday's battles, and that your soul sometimes fears this is just another cycle of relentless effort. But listen carefully to what I tell you now. This encounter here is not a matter of chance. I stopped the flow of time just so you could hear me, because what I have to reveal in the next few hours will completely change the way your feet touch the ground. If you feel that my voice is reaching the depths of your being now, let your heart overflow. Tell me your name, from what country and place in this world you hear me, and what time the clock shows in that intimate corner of yours. I want you to know that I know every detail of your dwelling. You seek a sign, a safe direction, and I brought you here to confirm that you are in the right place. Have you ever felt like that woman who, amidst a multitude of problems, sought only to touch the hem of my garment? For today I not only let you touch me, but I hold your hand. Throughout this conversation, I will show you how to put on the armor of peace, how to find miracles in the simplicity of your routine, and how to silence the voices that try to steal your hope. Stay with me until the end, for I have reserved a clear answer for your anguish, and at the last moment I will whisper a phrase to your heart that will serve as a spiritual key to open the doors you thought were locked. Now, let that cry that only those who recognize my love can express spring forth from within you. Right here in the comments, as a sincere outpouring from your soul, Lord my God, I am here. I signed up because I love you and want to hear you. Make this your altar now. I saw when you sat on the edge of the bed and felt the cold of the floor, thinking that today's journey would be too heavy for your strength. That worry about your children, that doubt about the bills, or that emptiness that sometimes insists on appearing in your silent kitchen. I saw it all. For it is written in Psalm 143, verse 8, "Let me hear of your loving kindness in the morning, for in you I trust. Show me the way I should go, for to you I lift up my soul." You lifted your soul to me, and therefore I am already preparing your path. I walked through every minute of your next few hours before you, removing the stumbling blocks and preparing the necessary sustenance. But I haven't yet shown you everything I've prepared for the silence of your early mornings, something that will transform your tears of pain into dew of joy. If this word has calmed your spirit, leave your sign of gratitude and share this breath of life with someone who also woke up feeling the weight of the world on their shoulders. What do you most want me to prepare in your heart today? Leave your answer and write the word, "Prepare me." But there is still something I was doing while you were still sleeping, something your natural eyes haven't yet perceived. While you tossed and turned in that sheet that seemed too heavy for your weariness, and the sound of the clock on the living room wall marked each second of your early morning, I didn't leave your side for a single instant. You think sleep is just an erasure of consciousness, a vacuum where nothing happens. But for me, your rest is my most intense field of work. While darkness enveloped your house and the silence of the night hurt your ears, I was moving the pieces on a chessboard you still can't see. I visited the thoughts of that person who has been a stumbling block in your path. I calmed the storm brewing over a decision you had to make today. I prepared the breath you would need to avoid collapsing at the first challenge of the morning. I saw when you woke up in the middle of the night, your heart racing, and felt that strange chill seeping through the crack in the door, as if loneliness were sitting there at the foot of your bed. You closed your eyes and whispered almost inaudibly that tomorrow wouldn't come so quickly. But what you didn't know is that, at that very moment, my hands were clearing your floor. I was removing the thorns that had been planted to hurt your feet and placing dew on the seeds of hope that you thought had died in the last drought. The world sleeps, but your Father works in favor of those who trust in him. For it is written in Psalm 121, verse 4, "Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. If I do not sleep to guard an entire nation, imagine the care I have for every detail of your life, my daughter. I do not rest so that you may finally find true rest in my presence." Today, as you walk through your kitchen As you open your door to leave, as you answer that phone call that causes you apprehension, remember, what you find along the way has already been touched by me hours before. I went ahead. I prepared the environment. I softened the words that would be spoken against you. You are not entering unknown territory today. You are entering a scenario that I carefully designed so that your character would be tested, but your victory would be guaranteed. But there is still something I prepared in silence that you haven't yet noticed, a detail so small that it would go unnoticed by anyone but me, who knows the beat of your heart. Something that will remind you that you have never, not for a second, been helpless. If you feel that my care enveloped you this morning, leave your sign of love through this channel, so that more lives may feel this embrace from heaven. Have you signed up to walk with me every day? If this whisper brought you peace, share this message with a friend who has also been having difficult nights. What did you feel when you woke up today and realized the light had returned? Comment below with the word, "My Guardian." However, there is a secret about your providence that I have not yet revealed to you, and it involves something you will have to surrender into my hands now. Look at your hands now. They were made to carry blessings, but often they close out of fear of scarcity. I am the Lord who multiplies the little and transforms it into a banquet. If your heart burns with what you have heard, and if you feel that this voice of mine is the nourishment that has sustained your soul in the hours of desert, I invite you to a gesture of surrender and intimacy. It's not about what I need, for I own the gold and silver, but about what your gratitude can generate as a seed of life on earth. If it is possible for you, only if it is possible, transform this feeling that now floods your chest into a seed of love through this channel. Consider my love and that of my son Jesus, and contribute using the link in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. There you will find the place where your offering of love can be deposited and consecrated before the Creator of all things. You can contribute any amount. If you want a different amount, just type the desired amount. And remember only what fits in your heart. I receive it with infinite love. The material value doesn't matter. What truly matters is the heart with which you give. For me, what is little for you can be much for those who receive this message of mine. Whoever contributes any amount with a sincere heart, don't forget to leave your name and city along with your contribution. For on the first day of the following month, in a unique and special video on our channel and page, Divine Love, the Voice of God, your name will be remembered, mentioned in gratitude, and covered with divine blessings released in prayer. For it is written in 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 7, "Each one must give as he has decided in his heart, not with sadness or out of necessity, for God loves a cheerful giver. Every offering made in faith is a seed before me, your Lord, and none of them will fail to bear fruit. I watch in secret and reward in the sight of all." Stay until the end of this message, because I still want to touch your heart with my voice. Feel the peace that now begins to invade every corner of your home at this very moment of worship. You feel that tightness in the center of your chest right now, don't you? It's as if you can't breathe for a brief second whenever you think about that difficult conversation you have today in store for you, or that news you so dread receiving on the phone. I see your hands trembling slightly as you hold your coffee cup, and how your throat closes up dry, in the face of the uncertainty of what's to come. The world calls it anxiety, but I know it by the name of arrows, small, invisible darts launched to pierce your peace even before you leave home. But listen to what I, your Lord, tell you in this moment of stillness. None of these arrows will reach your heart, because I myself am your shield. I am placing upon you now an armor that is not made of heavy iron, but of a divine silence that nothing can break. When that person speaks bitter words to hurt you, or when the problem seems too big for your weary back, you will feel a strange calm, a serenity that does not come from you, but from my throne. You will see chaos all around you. You will hear the noise of demands and criticism, but inside, in your soul, there will be a tranquil lake where I reflect my light. I am shielding your ears so that evil does not echo within you, and anointing your eyes so that you may see beyond the appearance of problems. Do you remember when you were in that waiting room, or in that empty hospital corridor, and felt a chill down your spine that seemed to paralyze you? At that moment, I was already clothing your soul with the courage you thought you didn't have. Today, the setting may be your room, your workplace, or a bus ride, but my protection is the same. I prepare you to face the giant not with his weapons, but with my presence, for it is written in Philippians chapter 4, verse 7, "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." This peace is not the absence of struggles, but the certainty of my presence in the midst of them. It is this peace that I now pour upon your head like fresh oil, flowing down to the edges of your garments, protecting every step your feet take today. You don't need to shout to be heard, nor retaliate to be respected. My peace within you will be your greatest authority. If you feel this shield being raised around you now, leave your sign of faith. Have you noticed how a word of hope can change the entire atmosphere of your home? If this message brought relief to your heart, share it with someone who is also facing arrows of fear today. What would you say to your anxiety now that you know I am in control? Comment below with the word "my shield." But don't think my preparation ends here. There is a daily care tool, a gift I prepared so that you will never again have to struggle alone in the lonely early hours of the morning, and I want to give it to you now. Daughter, now that you feel my armor enveloping you, I want you to know that I don't just want to protect you in times of crisis, but I want to walk with you through every little detail of your day. I see when doubts arise in the middle of the afternoon, when your tears fall silently while you prepare a meal, or when the weight of loneliness tries to convince you that there is no way out of your dilemmas. So that you will never again feel helpless in the difficult decisions of your routine, I have prepared something special to be by your side when the silence of the house becomes too heavy and when you need a safe direction to follow. If your heart desires to go deeper into my presence and immerse itself in an ocean of peace, I have left you a gift in the form of a journey. Something I wrote with much love and care for all my beloved daughters and sons. The digital book called Divine Love Devotional, The Voice of God. It was carefully prepared to accompany you day after day, being your guiding voice amidst the noise of the world. Access to this journey of intimacy is also available in the link in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. And listen carefully to what your Father tells you now. If today is not possible for you, do not condemn yourself and do not let guilt overwhelm you. Remain here with me, because I will also sustain you through this message and everything else I have to tell you today. And so that your heart may find rest and not be confused by the things of this world, I want you to understand how everything will happen. Right after you register, access to this enlightening content will arrive directly in the email you registered. There you will find all the correct instructions explained step by step, so that you can begin your journey of renewal without any difficulty. For it is written, "Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light for my path." Psalm 119. 15. This devotional will be like a daily remedy for the pains of your soul and a faithful companion for your early morning prayers. Breathe deeply now. Feel my breath renewing your strength and calming the beating of your heart. Do not be in a hurry, for heaven's time is different from human time. Remain with me, continue listening to my voice, and trust fully. For what I have prepared for the simplicity of your routine will show you that I am the God who cares about the little things. You often think that my miracles are only in grand events, in the parting of the seas, or in the fire that descends from heaven to consume the altar. But I want you to look now at the palms of your hands and at the ground that supports your feet. I am present in the steam rising from your cup of coffee, in the warmth that warms your face, as the morning sun tries to pierce through the curtains of your living room. You feel the weight of the silence in your empty kitchen, that emptiness that seems to echo against the tiles, but it is precisely there, amidst the smell of bread and the sound of water running in the sink, that I am weaving your victory. I see when you look in the mirror and notice the tiredness in your eyes, that small mark that time and worries have left on the corner of your face. At that moment you sigh and think that your routine is a heavy burden, an endless repetition of tasks that no one appreciates. But listen to what I whisper to you now. Every dish you wash, every piece of clothing you fold, and every word of care you bestow upon your home is an act of worship that rises like sweet incense to my throne. I transform the ordinary into sacred ground when you invite me into the simplicity of your life. You are not merely surviving another day, you are being prepared in the secrecy of your home for something that will demand from you the strength that only constancy in small things can generate. Often, My answer doesn't come in a thunderclap, but in the unexpected smile of a neighbor, in the bird that lands on your wall, or in that sudden peace that invades you while you sweep the sidewalk. I am in the details you usually ignore because your mind is far away, trying to solve tomorrow. But tomorrow is mine, and today is the gift I gave you so that we could walk together. Feel the texture of the things around you, perceive the breath that enters and leaves your lungs at this very second. This breath is me, reminding you that as long as there is life, there will be my provision. For it is written in Colossians chapter 3, verse 23. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. When you care for what is yours with love, you are caring for what I have entrusted to you. I see the beauty in your silent dedication, even when the world seems not to notice your effort. I notice, I value it. And I'm using this very routine that you consider small to build the foundation of the great deliverance that is to come. You thought nothing was happening, but in truth everything is being moved by me now. If you can perceive my hand in the small details of your life, let your heart rejoice. Have you thanked me today for what seems common, but is living proof of my care? If this word has shown you that you are never alone, even in the simplest tasks, share this light with someone who feels that life has lost its shine. What in your home today reminds you that I was there before you woke up? Comment below with the word presence. But there is something your enemy has been trying to throw against your joy, an invisible barrier he wants to place between you and my voice, and I will teach you now how to destroy this shield of bitterness. I saw your heart clench at that harsh word, hurled like a stone at your soul. I saw the moment your phone trembled in your hand, and the screen's glare revealed a message that shattered your foundations. You know that chill that runs down your spine when you feel judged by those who should support you? I was there. I saw the heavy silence that settled in your room soon after, a silence that seemed to scream all the lies they told you. You looked at the walls of your house and felt small, as if your story could be erased by an unjust judgment or malicious gossip. The weight in your stomach and the lump in your throat did not go unnoticed by me. But listen to what I, your God, decree over your life now. I am the shield that stands between you and sharp tongues. Bitter words, disdainful glances, and the envy whispered in corners are not allowed to take root in your spirit. I am anointing your ears at this very moment, so that the poison of others does not reach your heart. When they try to diminish you, I will lift you up with my right hand. What they say about you does not define who you are. What I say about you is what prevails for all eternity. And I say that you are mine, chosen, precious, and protected by an army of angels that you cannot yet see, but who have already surrounded your house. Do you remember that time when you felt a tremor in your hands as you opened the door of a place where you did not feel welcome? At that moment, I enveloped you with my glory. I closed the eyes of those who wished you harm and confused the tongues of your adversaries. Today I do the same for you. No criticism, no slander, and no wicked intention will have the power to stop the purpose I have planned for your future. You will walk with your head held high, not out of human pride, but because you know that the King of the universe is the one who guards your back and cleanses your name. For it is written in Isaiah chapter 54, verse 17, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is from me, says the Lord." This is your inheritance today, my daughter. Justice will not come from your hands, nor from your desperate defense, but from my powerful intervention. While they speak, I work in secret. While they judge, I honor you before the angels. The peace I place now in your heart is the seal that the battle is not yours but mine. If you feel this weight lifting from your shoulders and that my protection envelops you like a cloak, let your soul breathe deeply. Have you realized how silence can be your greatest answer when I am fighting for you? If this word brought you the security you needed to face the stairs of today, share this protection with a friend who has also been the target of difficult and unjust words. What bitter word are you offering me right now so that I may turn it to dust? Comment below with the word shielded. But there is still a specific moment in your day when the clock marks your physical and mental limit, where I have prepared a new breath that you cannot even imagine you would be capable of feeling. I see when the clock hand marks 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and the weight on your eyelids seems to become unbearable. It is that moment when the daylight begins to change color, becoming more orange, and you feel as if you are carrying the whole world in a paper bag about to tear. I observe when you sit for a brief moment, perhaps on the edge of your bed or in that kitchen chair that creaks softly, and let your shoulders slump. You look at your hands and feel a slight tremor, a sign that your nervous system is at its limit, saturated with noise, demands, and that invisible rush that modern life tries to impose on you. The tiredness in your eyes isn't just from lack of sleep. It's the weight of being a safe haven for so many people while you yourself feel adrift. At this very moment, when your mind begins to cloud over and you think you won't have the strength to finish what you started, I approach. I don't come with a deafening noise. Don't. But like a breath of fresh breeze that enters through the window and touches the nape of your neck. I am the new breath that enters your lungs when you finally release that trapped air. I begin to renew your cells, to relieve the tension in your tendons, and to clear your thoughts like one who dispels the fog from a road. You feel a strange energy, a gentle warmth that begins in the soles of your feet and rises, reminding you that your strength does not come from your flesh, but from my spirit that dwells within you. Do you remember that hot afternoon, years ago, when you felt you were going to faint from exhaustion, but suddenly something propelled you to continue? It was me. Today I do the same. I give you a vigor that medicine cannot explain and that coffee cannot achieve. I am restoring your patience to deal with that difficult person who will still cross your path before sunset, and giving you clarity to finish that task that seemed like a labyrinth without an exit. You will not end this day in tatters. You will end it with the dignity of one who was carried in the arms of the Creator himself. For it is written in Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 29, "He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak." You told me, silently, that your strength had run out. Well, now observe my multiplication. Feel your heart beat in a rhythm of peace. Feel your arms regain their firmness. I am breathing life into your weary bones right now. But don't be mistaken in thinking that this breath is only for you to keep running. It is so that you may walk with purpose and discernment. If you felt this renewal now, as if a heavy burden had been lifted from your shoulders, leave your sign of gratitude. Have you ever stopped to give thanks for the breath that keeps you standing when everything says you should fall? If this message gave you the encouragement you needed to get through the day, share this vigor with someone you know who is about to give up. Deep in your soul, what would you like to say to your weariness now that I have renewed your strength? Comment below with the word, "My vigor." But pay attention, my daughter. For just ahead, at a crossroads that awaits you today, I will show you something that will require more than physical strength. It will require my revealed wisdom. You will reach a point this day, perhaps when the sun is beginning to dip on the horizon, or in that moment of silence before an important meeting, when your feet will hesitate. I see the scene now. You will be facing 2 directions, 2 paths that open up in your mind like an invisible, but terribly real crossroads. You will feel a sudden chill in the palms of your hands, and that tightness in the pit of your stomach that always arises when doubt tries to settle in like an unwelcome guest. You will look to one side and then the other, searching for a sign, a signal. Anything to tell you which step to take without the risk of stumbling again. Your breath will become short, and the weight of responsibility will seem to press your shoulders against the wall of uncertainty. I know you are afraid of making the same mistake again. I saw when you spent sleepless nights reviewing old decisions, dwelling on the what if that never gave you peace. But listen to what I tell you while the wind blows outside and life rushes by. Today, I will be your compass and your North Star. At the very moment when doubt knocks on your door, I will whisper to your spirit a clarity that you will not find in any human advice. It will not be a shout, but a profound peace that will make you know, with all the certainty of your soul, exactly what to answer, what to sign and where to go. I am adjusting your discernment right now so that you may hear my voice saying, "This is the way, walk in it." Do you remember when you were on that busy sidewalk, surrounded by people, but feeling completely lost about what to do with your life? At that moment I sent a thought, a light that guided you to safety. Today, I will do the same, but even more clearly. I will illuminate the details that your human eyes would ignore. I will show you the hidden intention behind a proposal and the truth behind silence. You will not need great calculations or complex strategies. You will only need to be attentive to my presence that walks beside you, step by step on this journey I have designed for you. For it is written in Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths." You were trying to straighten everything out with your own hands, weren't you? Well, now let go of control. Let my understanding guide your feet. When you recognize that I am the Lord of your day, every crooked path will be smoothed before you. The doubt that tormented you will transform into a gentle certainty, and you will feel such great relief that your soul will want to sing along the way. If you feel that this direction is already being revealed to your heart, let your faith manifest itself. Have you noticed how much lighter everything becomes when you trust in my map and not your own? If this word has brought you the direction you needed for the coming hours, share this clarity with someone who is also lost at a crossroads in life. What doubt do you give to me now so that I may give you my wisdom? Comment below with the word, "My north," but rest assured, my daughter. For the day is not yet over, and after you overcome this crossroads, I have prepared a table of comfort and a secret about your return home that will make your heart overflow with a joy you haven't felt in a long time. I can already see the moment when the shadows will stretch across the floor of your room, and the murmur of the street will begin to quiet down. You will be returning to your refuge, your shoulders heavy and your feet complaining with each step taken on the asphalt or the hard floor of your workplace. I will be there, in the metallic sound of the key turning in the lock and the soft creak of the door opening to welcome you. You will smell that familiar scent of your home, that homey fragrance that only you know, and a sigh of relief will escape from the depths of your lungs, as if you were finally shedding the last burden of the day. In that twilight moment, as you take off your shoes and feel the cool touch of the floor, a peace that does not belong to this world will embrace you entirely. You thought you would reach the end of this day defeated, but look back for a second. You have conquered the arrows of anxiety, overcome the afternoon's weariness, and crossed the crossroads with my guidance. Now I have prepared for you a table not made of human banquets, but of a solace that satisfies the soul. It is the moment when I will anoint your head with the oil of my joy, washing away every trace of dust and bitterness that tried to cling to your skin during the hours of struggle. You will sit at my table, in the silence of your sofa or at the edge of your bed, and you will feel that your cup is not only full but overflowing with gentle gratitude. I saw when you thought, in the middle of the morning, that you would not have the strength to see the sunset. I saw your weakness and transformed it into a ladder. Now, on your return, I want you to rest your eyes on my faithfulness. Dinner may be simple, the light may be low, but my glory will fill every corner of your dwelling. You not only survived this day, my daughter, you triumphed over it because I was your invisible strength. For it is written in Psalm 23, verse 5, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows." Your enemies, doubt, fear, and haste, watched your victory from afar. They expected to see you fall, but they saw your Father sustain you. Now let that oil of peace flow down your face, calming every thought and preparing your spirit for a deep and restorative sleep. If you feel that this banquet of peace is already being served in your heart, let your soul surrender. Have you felt the difference between arriving home alone and arriving accompanied by my presence? If this word sealed your victory today, share this comfort with someone who is still struggling in the street. What feeling fills your home now that you know I have prepared your return? Comment below with the word "my rest," but don't close your eyes yet, my beloved. Because now that the day is over, I have a final revelation, a phrase of authority that will seal your destiny and that I promised to deliver to you from the first moment of our conversation. Now that silence has finally found its place in the corners of your room, and the moonlight begins to draw soft shadows on your tired face, I want you to take one last deep breath with me. Look at the journey we have traveled in these minutes of intimacy. You began this day feeling the weight of 1,000 uncertainties, asking heaven if there would be enough strength for your feet. You saw my care in the early mornings, felt my armor against bitter words, and realized that even in the simplicity of your coffee there was a hidden miracle. I didn't bring you to this moment to leave you with just a fleeting feeling of comfort, but to give you the weapon I promised you from the very first instant of our conversation. Remember, I said there was a phrase, a clear answer, that would be whispered like a key to your destiny. The moment to turn that key has arrived. When the world looks at you tomorrow and asks how you managed to weather today's storms without losing the sparkle in your eyes, your answer will not come from your intellect, but from the depths of your soul, cleansed by my presence. This truth is the seal I now place upon your forehead, so that no force of darkness can question your victory. Listen carefully, my beloved daughter, for this is my final answer to your cry for preparation. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. This is not just a powerful phrase, it is the decree of the throne upon your human frailty. You can face the diagnosis, you can endure the absence, you can rebuild what was broken, and you can overcome the giant that confronts you today, because your strength is not measured by what you have, but by who sustains you. Now, as a solemn act of surrender, of faith, and of response to all that heaven has moved for you at this moment, write here in the comments, with all the authority I have given you, I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Typing each letter, you feel the chains of fear breaking. This is your silent testimony before angels and men. I still have much to reveal to you, for my voice never falls silent for those who have learned to listen in silence. Continue immersing yourself in this ocean of love through the other messages I have prepared for you on our channel, navigating through the words of life I have left in our playlist, letting each message be a brick in the construction of your new time. Sleep now in my lap, for your tomorrow has already been written by my hands. I am the strength that springs forth where your limit ends. I am the architect who designs every step of your path. I am your God, and today I have made you ready to win.